Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a video of random lunch clips while we are home on quarantine. So this first clip is something called kraut burgers. It's like a family recipe. My mom actually made these and my dad dropped them off, no contact. Before he had to go somewhere, he had to pass by our house, drop them off. I was super grateful. It's like a homemade dough with like meat and cabbage and seasonings. They are absolutely delicious. And I heated them up in the oven and we dipped them in ketchup. The next day, we actually had some chili from the night before. There's a lot of leftovers in this video. The night before, we had chili over rice, so I just boiled up some fresh pasta and put the leftover chili on top. The next day, we had takeout from a local mom and pop place called Mr. B's Best that's been in business over, I think, 50 or 60 years. Roast beef sandwiches with their homemade cheese sauce and their tater tots. It was super delicious and a treat. I have been so bad at remembering to film our lunches, like you guys have no idea. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is making this video our random lunch clips for like 2 to 3 weeks, because there's been so many days I totally forgot to film our lunch. But anyways, I'm having a leftover beef and bean enchilada with cheese from last night's dinner, and then this is some like rice-a-roni brand. I think it's like a beef or a beef taco rice. I think it's just beef, but I'm not positive, but it's the perfect amount to have for leftovers. Matt is actually going to have the same thing, but just a little bit later. I tend to want to eat lunch around like 11:30, but this is what I'm having. And then I'm finishing up this Nestle mango peach sparkling water. I do not like these. I bought them in a 6-pack like a couple months ago, and I think this is the last one. Something about it I just do not like. I think it has stevia in it. Yeah, I think it's stevia. It's some kind of artificial sweetener that I don't like the taste of. So I will not be repurchasing them, but I'm going to finish what I have and dig in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully. So for lunch today, we are having leftover chicken and veggie from the skewers we grilled the night before. For our little side, I just did one of these Seeds of Change organic Spanish style rice. It's like a quinoa brown rice with peppers and corn blend, and we just had that for leftovers the next day. The next day or a different day, some of these clips are not consecutive. We had takeout from a local bagel place that's been in business for like 50 years. Homemade egg salad on fresh bagels, lettuce, tomato, onion, and chips. And then I think I showed these in a grocery haul. I can't remember because I really sometimes don't even know what day it is. But I also picked up some fresh bagels from that place, as well as some scallion cream cheese for my husband. And those were the bagels. The day after, or the next lunch clip, is some good old-fashioned Kraft mac and cheese with some leftover locally made kielbasa that we had grilled the night before. I just cut it up in smaller pieces and added it as like a little side to the Kraft mac and cheese. We did have an Olive Garden gift card. We actually have quite a few of them. My husband gets them a lot from clients. So we decided to use their online service. You order online and they actually delivered it right to our home. It was awesome, no contact. My husband had the shrimp scampi with the angel hair and some Zuppa Toscana soup. We had the breadsticks, of course. Grady had the kids' meal mac and cheese with fries, and he actually did not care for either one. So my husband ended up eating that later on, and I had the chicken and shrimp carbonara. The next clip here is I used some leftover sausage that we had grilled the night before. I fried up some potatoes with the skin on. I added some sharp cheddar cheese, some scrambled egg, and kind of made like an egg sausage potatoes scramble for lunch though. And we just put a little bit of ketchup on top, and that was our simple lunch for the day. In this next clip, I had some frozen meat sauce, just a small, like 2-person portion from a meat sauce. I must have used it for a recipe, but I thawed it out. I boiled up some fresh penne pasta, and then I went ahead and put the hot meat sauce on top with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I actually made a little bit extra pasta here to use for pasta salad the next day. Hey guys, so it is the next day, I think, from the day before the last time I filmed. I'm pretty sure, because this is leftover penne pasta, cooked penne pasta from a penne and meat sauce that we had. I showed you, I think, in that clip that I had cooked a little bit of extra pasta. This is not a huge amount. It's maybe 2 cups of cooked pasta, which isn't a whole lot, but it's enough for 2 nice servings for my husband and I to have for lunch. So I'm gonna turn this cooked penne into a little pasta salad. So I've got some cut up English cucumber. I've got some sweet bell pepper, red bell pepper. I've got some pepperoni. It's the Margarita brand pepperoni. I've got some Kalamata olives. They are, I think, from Aldi. They're just Greek pitted Kalamata olives. So I'm gonna pour these like veggies and pepperoni right in here. I'm gonna add a little bit of this Classico, Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago cheese blend. And to make it moist and salady, the Ken's Light Italian. Normally I like the Kraft Zesty Italian, and I do have some of that, but this really needs to be used up first because the Kraft one is not open yet, so I want to go ahead and use up this. So let me mix all this together and I'll show you what it looks like before we eat. Alright, so I just tossed everything together and then topped with the cheese. You could just go ahead and eat this right now since it's already cooked and cold, but I'm just going to let it sit in the fridge for maybe an hour just because I like everything to really soak up. And then I'll give it a stir and put it in 2 bowls, and we'll have this for lunch along with just something to drink because it's pretty filling, but it's just a good way to use leftover cooked pasta of any type. You could make any kind of little salad with it like this rather than just toss it. You could do like a mayo-based salad with tuna or cut up chicken. You could add any veggies that you like. You can do completely meatless. Really, sky's the limit when it comes to like pasta salads. But anyways, I just wanted to share that, but this is what we're gonna have for lunch in about an hour, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, for lunch today we're having I think the brand is called El Monterey. They're like pretty much like tacos rolled up, sort of. That's what they remind me of. So it's like a corn tortilla, and then it has like taco meat and cheese and like chopped up peppers and onions, I think. And then they roll it up and you just bake them. So it's like a rolled up taco. And Matt is gonna dip his in sour cream. I have mine here. Probably just gonna put like a little ramekin of salsa and dip mine in salsa, but they really don't need anything. You can just kind of eat them as is. I discovered these back during football season. I got them once and they were really good. So they're just kind of an easy lunch that is no fuss. You just throw them in the oven, bake them, and they're ready. But this is what we're gonna have today, and we'll see you later. Hey guys, so for lunch today we are having these homemade little cabbage roll or stuffed cabbage, little mini, I don't even know how to explain it, stuffed cabbage I guess. My husband is not a big cabbage fan, especially in this, prepared this way, so he's probably just going to have a sandwich later. I think I've mentioned to you before, I like to eat lunch usually earlier than him, so he'll have a sandwich later. I've got like roast beef and turkey and stuff, but anyways, my neighbor made these with fresh cabbage, and then she put beef and rice, I think like garlic and onion and seasonings inside. I cut one open so you could see it. And then she puts like a little bit of a tomato sauce on top. So I've got 3, they're pretty small. I don't know how far I'll get, but if I have any left, I'll just put it back in this little tray and just save it for later. But I've had these before from her. They're super good. She makes a lot of really good, I think this is a Polish dish. I could be wrong, but she does cook a lot of homemade Polish food because she's from Poland. But this is what I'm going to have for lunch today. Thank you for watching this lunch video. I think I'm going to end it here because I want to start editing all the clips. This is like 2.5 weeks worth of random clips from both Matt and I hope you enjoyed seeing them. If you want me to continue doing these lunch random clips over our quarantine, I definitely will. Just let me know. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you in my next video.